What's happening? Of course, you know it's your boy B-Hop Video Shouty. And stepping in the building, I got an A-Town legend and icon off in this thing. Nitti Beatz, what's good with it, boss?
B-Hop, my boy, what's happening?
Man, feeling good, feeling great. Now, I mean, Nitti, talk to me, man. Surviving COVID-19 these last couple years in the A has been real in the field, man. How have you been dealing and how you been surviving out here, man?
Man, to be real, I had it last year.
My God.
So, you know, like, to be honest, man, like, I ain't even took my Christmas tree down from last year. Because when I caught it, man, you know, I was in a coma about 4 days. And, you know, I was in the hospital in ICU, man. So when I came home out the hospital, I was like, you know what, every day Christmas till next year, I ain't taking it down. So my Christmas tree stayed up the whole year. You know what I mean? God. But I'm good now, though, man. You know, I think it was a gift and a curse. Being
in that coma, man, could you still hear like they say, or was you just out of it and got some good ass sleep?
Man, to be honest, I kind of, when I had it, man, like, the only thing I remember is it sounded like you hear echoes, like somebody talking to you, then you blank out like you sleep.
Yeah.
Then when you start coming to, you start hallucinating, and then you come out of it, you know what I mean, because they let you come out of it. And, you know, it was a situation, man, it was scary because I ain't never been in no hospital or nothing. So when I went through it, I was like, man, what the hell going on? This shit real. You know what I mean? So, you know, it was a good thing though, man. But you know, it's a year later, man. I'm blessed. You know what I mean? So I'm having a good time back on my bullshit.
Answer me this though, Nitti.
Yeah.
How did that impact your mind though, coming out of that, understanding that life was that damn fragile, and how did you live your life moving forward, coming out of that situation?
I mean, you know, honestly, man, when I went through it and when I came to, you know, it made me realize that, you know, a lot of stuff we take for granted, that it happened so quick. You know what I mean? So it made me want to say, you know what, when I get back home, I'm going in the studio. So I came home and made about 60 new beats, you know what I'm saying? And I finished up some projects I've been working on. I got a project, I actually just got through with my album. You know what I'm saying? I've been working on my album about 5 years. You know what I mean? So I just got through with that. I'm gonna go ahead and release that. People been asking me to release it, you know what I mean? So I just secured a situation for that, you know what I mean? So just working right now, man, you know what I'm saying? And that's it.
Your album though, Nitti, after you done put out all of these artists, man, what was it like putting a smack down on yourself, man?
Man, I had fun like a motherfucker. You know what I mean? So I locked myself in the studio, man, and just you know, I realized that with music is nothing but entertainment. You know what I mean? So I wanted to give some people some projects, some music that, you know what I'm saying, you know, it might catch them a little bit off guard. You know what I mean? I got a couple of, you know, surprises on there, you know what I mean? And you know, just having a good time, man. But, you know, at the end of the day, we got to keep the good music going right now, because, I mean, that's what it's all about.
Exactly.
You know, in Atlanta, man, you know, the bar is high. You know what I mean?
You ain't never lied. I mean, speaking of that bar being high, you stopped playing games with them a long time ago, Nitti. When you linked up with 8 Ball and the MJG, jumping off the porch with it, how did that change your life and the trajectory of Nitti Beatz from that point on?
I mean, it was a door opener, man. You know what I'm saying? Like with 8 Ball, you know, that was a situation, but even before the 8 Ball, you know what I'm saying, that was like a breaking point when people got the record, you know, to mess with me. But before that, you know, I was messing with cats, you know what I'm saying, like local cats, you know what I'm saying, because I always, you know, I like street music or the urban music. So, you know, shout out to Bron Gotti, you know what I'm saying, a damn shame, you know what I'm saying. So, you know, like cats like Bron Gotti is like the cats that, you know, that was they put the first, you know, money in my pocket. You know what I mean? So they was buying beats back then. You know, it was like you know, like one of the top indie, you know, record labels in the South.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know, they had a damn shame. They had Rashid in them before they had, you know, so it was a lot going on. So, you know, but I just, you know, the whole thing with 8 Ball, it was a kickstart. And I just wanted to make sure that, you know, as a producer, because, you know, when I started producing, man, niggas wasn't giving me no shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, no diss to, you know, LaFace Records or LA and them, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, the cats that they had up there, it was like if you went in that clique of that Dungeon family, they weren't fucking with you. And I love them niggas. Shout out to all them Dungeon family niggas, but them niggas was the most loyal clique niggas I ever seen in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I go up to LaFace and sit in the office like for hours just to try to get a remix submitted. Damn. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I mean, it made me work harder though. It took an outside nigga like 8 Ball to give me an opportunity. You know what I mean? So once I got that opportunity, I came back to Atlanta and niggas showed love, and, you know, I kind of laid down the foundation for what's going on right now in my eyes.
Talk to me about that trap sound though, man, because I mean, with them boys going crazy as hell, and then you got Jock doing his thing as well. Yeah. What was that like, having the sound in a chokehold with them Nitti Beatz?
I mean, you know, honestly, you know, when I started, you know, I was posted on Counter Road, you know what I'm saying? A lot of my partners, Chop, You know what I'm saying? We had thing called the Slick Boys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was like, you know, I was posted up, you know, in the hood, and you know, you had Trump Tight, you had, you know, you had a lot of Atlanta, you had Camp, you had a lot of people that was doing stuff, Shawty Red.
Yeah.
So I looked at it like, you know what I mean? I want these niggas to just know what I do, and I could take it from there. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it was a grind, but it made everybody work harder. You know what I'm saying? You know, linking up with cats like Gucci. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, shout out to Goo-Wop. You know what I'm saying? Congrats on the new baby.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? But, you know, cats like Gucci, like we're locked in the studio, you know, days, weeks at a time. And, you know, once we started making records and stuff, and people started notice me as a producer, and I just, you know, I worked on branding myself then. You know what I mean? But, you know, I'm always be, you know, Atlanta nigga. You know, I love music, so, you know, we got to keep it going though. You know what I'm saying?
What was it like locking in with Gucci in that studio, and a young Gucci at that? And did you feel like he would grow up to be one of the movers or shakers in Atlanta as well? Yeah,
Gucci was like, he's always been a genius.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, even working back then, like me and Gucci would lock in the studio early in the morning. I mean, one time we didn't even have a studio to go to. We went and rented a hotel on Piedmont and just, you know, camped out and just made beats and records in there. You know what I mean? So Gucci's always been a artist that he was one of the most creative ones I'd ever been with. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Gucci, man, and you know, any of the other cats like him that was around, that Pee Wee Longway, all them boys.
Yes, sir.
When Pee Wee would just sit in the studio, man, and he little bitty dude, man, but he had the biggest pistols with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I was like, yeah, man, but you know, allegedly, it's not true though. But I'm just saying, I'm making this up. It's entertainment, but nah, Pee Wee, you know what I'm saying? So you know, I seen Atlanta grow, and I'm happy with what we got going on right now. You know what I'm saying? You know, like the whole little baby movement. You know what I'm saying? You know, P and everything he's doing. You know what I'm saying? So we got to be thankful for cats like that knew how to play the game. You know what I'm saying? Coach K. You know what I'm saying? Cats like that. So, you know, I'm happy right now, you know what I'm saying, because, you know, by me being established, you know what I'm saying, it makes me in a position to where I can put out stuff when I want to.
Exactly.
And I can make people say, let me listen and see what he's doing. And that's all I want. That's all I wanted from the beginning.
Recently, you put out something that you wanted to, and that was that Day Day, man. When you got with Day Day, you realized that man was going to go crazy with the music. What was that whole motion like when you started with him and you was back in the game dominating again?
I mean, it was just it was an opportunity. Somebody had talent, you know what I'm saying, and you know, it was just a situation that, you know, it came and you know, he did what he did.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Yeah.
So now, what about with Jock though? It's going down. Records still getting played to this day, going crazy.
Yeah, Jock was he's a good dude. You know what I'm saying. You know, shout out to Jock, Chino. Everybody in Nard, you know what I'm saying, the whole Athens camp, you know what I'm saying, you know, Jock was just, he was a hype man, you know what I'm saying, in the beginning, for an artist I had, me and JD had an artist, but, you know, it was just like, you know, cats like Jock, he was always a star before the record, you know what I'm saying, so, you know, you got cats like that, man, that, you know, I try to see somebody who, it ain't all about just trying to sell a beat, you know, I produce who I want to work with, you know, it's not all about the money,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying, so it's all about your brand and your name at the end of the day, and, you know, what I did, you know, it worked for me and I'm still here. You know what I'm saying?
When it comes to finding talent though, Nitti, you got an eye for it. So what is it that an artist needs to have to get on Nitty's radar, or what do you think they need to have in general just to be successful coming into the game?
Man, just light that room up, man. I just signed a new act out of Houston, Texas.
Come on.
And he's actually a DJ. You know what I'm saying? So his name is Mr. Wired Up. You know what I mean? So I just signed him this year. And we just got through with the album. Yeah. You know what I mean? So shout out to him and the whole Houston, Texas. So with him, he just got a voice that I love. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So with him, it's like that's what I look for. Somebody who I'm like, damn, they sound good. You know what I mean?
Well, with Mr. Wild, the bottom line is, when I heard that, wait a minute, I already knew what time it was. And then when I found out that it was a Nitti Beatz production, I already knew what was about to happen with that thing. Yeah. Talk to me about when you heard that record being put together, man. What was going through your mind at that time?
Man, when I heard him start laying that hook down.
Okay.
You know, because I played the beat, and if you listen to the beat, it ain't nothing but some drums. I wasn't even through with the beat. I ain't got no sounds in there, so when he heard it, man, you know, he a little cool little dude, man, but he got that Texas demeanor. And when he got on there and started, man, he wrote the verse in like 5 minutes. He did, you know, the only person I seen do that other than him was Gucci. Like Gucci, he would write a verse with a pencil, not a pen, and he'll write it so quick, you be like, did you really write that? But he's Gucci smart as shit. You know what I'm saying? So Wired Up gave me that same energy. And then once we went in and we recorded some of the music down in Florida, and he recorded some in Houston, then we did some in Atlanta. But he's like a beast though, man. You know what I'm saying? So he's got some great music, and I think he's somebody who's gonna be here that I think I can groom him and take him where he need to be.
I mean, when I heard that single, though, I already knew what time it was. What is that song doing in Texas? Because I know the hometown got to be going damn crazy already.
Yeah, I mean, they showing good love in Texas, man. Shout out to Houston, man, like Dallas. You know, everybody, you know, all the DJs. Like, you know, you got Bebe, you got DJ Lil Steve, you got Tony Neal. You know, all these cats, you know, and right now everybody's looking at him to see he's a DJ, but he can rap. So he reminds me of the same way that Ludacris came. He was a DJ, and nobody gave Luda an opportunity till he came and got with Timbaland.
That's right.
Luda been right here in Atlanta all these years.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So I think with Wired Up, I wanted to give him that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? He got partners, all of them DJs, but they rap.
Yeah.
He got, what's the guy named, the Beat King?
Beat King, that's my dog.
Yeah, he got Beat King, and he got another one down there, but it's a whole little clique of them.
My God.
You know what I mean? So I think, you know, I'm all about giving people opportunities. You know what I mean? So I think with Wired Up, you know, Mr. Wired Up definitely somebody who I can't wait for people to grow with him. You know what I mean?
When you think about just opportunities in the industry, man, how does it change from, you know, the early 2000s to 2022 right now we about to be in this thing? How do you know if an opportunity is actually an opportunity, and how do you go about creating those opportunities versus the old ways of doing things?
I mean, I think with me, what I always did by me being a songwriter and I make beats, I always try to tell people, like, you stack up till it's time to go to war. So what I do is I make beats all day long. I got 3 studios in my home. You know what I mean? So I make beats after I get off the toilet, whether I cook something, it's like I'm making beats. So I just, my son, everybody call him Lil Nitti. Yeah, he's making beats now. He's got a catalog
That's hard.
Yeah, so he got a catalog about 1,000 beats. You know what I mean? So you know he's right now. You know he's 13 years old, man. So his beats harder than some of mine, man.
What?
I showed him a couple of times and he ain't looked back. So you know I'm happy with where he's at right now. So I can't wait for the world to hear Lil Nitti beats. But you know, shout out to Lil Nitti, man. That's my dog.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So now, when we think about this whole digital age and maneuvering in this thing, though, because I mean, when you took off with Day Day, that was kind of going straight into it, and y'all were able to explode in that time. What is the difference between having a young jock and having a Day Day dealing with 2 different music industries? Is it all still the same? Was it all the same at the same time, or did you have any differences in between the 2?
Well, I think with the digital age, you know what I'm saying, it's all about what you make of it, because it's not all about just album sales. So now you're dealing with streaming. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you're dealing with a situation where you can make money off of, you know, people just listening to the 10 seconds of your song. You know what I mean? So it's the digital age is more so one of those things that, you know, it can be here, it can be a good thing or a bad thing. You know what I mean? But you got to capitalize on social media. You got a lot of cats that's getting, like 60% of a lot of people getting signed now is coming off social media. Yeah. You know what I mean? So with social media, you got to understand that it's something real. We took it as a joke, but now it's people, they making their living off social media. Exactly. You know what I mean? So, you know, shout out to social media. Any type of income that we can get to where, you know, the major record labels don't have us by the nuts. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they want to do. But now it's like they understand that, oh, these people can go out here and make money on their own without having to get these loans from us. And them loans come with big interest. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm a certified independent record label, and I sign what I want to do, put out what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? I got my own budgets. So it's like, you know, I move, you know, how I want to move, and I ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean?
I don't blame that at all. I don't blame that at all. Yeah. When you think about them Nitti Beatz recording studio sessions, man, what artists triggered you the most that you realized that they just came in this studio and went crazy at this thing?
Man, I would say that's kind of crazy. Man, it's so many, man. Shout out to E40. That's somebody that's amazing to me. Yeah. He's on my new project, you know what I'm saying? So that's somebody who, like, just to watch him record and, you know, hear how it comes out, like, dude is amazing. And he's one that I always kind of looked at and follow his blueprint, because he's been here. He's a legend. Yeah. You know what I mean? So they just did the new project, him and Snoop and Too Short and Ice Cube, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's called Mount Westmore, you know what I mean? So, you know, cats like E40 and Snoop, you know, I look at those cats and, you know, I want to, you know, pattern my career like to be here like that. As a producer, you know, I don't have to come out with a new record every day. I can come out whenever I want to as a producer. So,
that's right.
You know, I can come back and strike and then, you know what I mean? Because, you know, a lot of my records, you know, get sampled a lot now. You know what I mean? So I could.
What is that like, though, Nitti? Did you know that you was going to go down in history as one of those producers that needed to be sampled moving forward, man, when you was in there just banging on that beat machine?
Nah, I didn't know that, man. I didn't really understand the sampling. I mean, I understood it.
Yeah.
But, you know, once, you know, you get cats that start sampling your music and you kind of see, you know, it get bigger and bigger. Like, you know, one of the, you know, when people like Beyonce start sampling your music, you know, it's a whole nother level.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I'm appreciative and I'm thankful. But, you know, I tell people like, you know, I have to keep creating music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's like just being able to make music that inspires somebody. That's I love that. I'm thankful. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But then in the same breath, you know, when you got Frankie Beverly and Maze clearing samples and stuff like that, and you got to put yourself in that category right along with them.
Yeah.
And you like, damn, my music still jamming today on these folks.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, shout out to Frankie Beverly, man. Like, we sampled something, man, off of them, man. It cost us a grip, man, but it was I learned the game though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know, it's like you know, people sample stuff all day. Like me and my dog, Bron Gotti, like we did a record called Don't Blow My High. I done had about 10 people sample that record. We took that same record that we did, that turned into Pretty Boy Swag by Soulja Boy.
Crazy.
It turned into My Dougie by Lil Will out of Texas. I can keep going. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, I don't mind being a part of those records, and you know, people. To me, it's like showing respect and saluting me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't have no problem with it, man. Like anything I got, you know, shout out to Jay White.
Yeah.
Jay White did it. That's his name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? He just sampled. I can't say what he sampled, but he just did some. We just did some stuff. That's my homie too. Shout out to him, man. Jay White did it. Yeah.
Working with Mike Epps, man, and you know, making that comedic music at the same time. What was it like getting in business with that guy?
That's my partner, man. Yeah. Like Mike, you know, he just come to the crib, man, and we just be in there talking. Then he be like, "Need to make a beat," you know what I mean? And you know, you think he playing, but then he be serious. You know, you could tell when somebody feeling the music.
Yeah.
So he start bobbing his head, start doing what he do. But yeah, shout out to Mike, man. You know, we got some other stuff we trying to put together too, man. So we just waiting on the right time. You know, I got a lot of. I want to get more into the film stuff, so that's gonna be a whole nother chapter of my life. You know what I mean? That. So I'm getting off into the directing and stuff. So I'm just having a good time right now.
Talk about that, man. What was it that made you want to pivot into the films?
Well, actually, I've been writing about 6-7 years. You know what I mean? So you know, once I started writing, and I seen that you can be creative just like writing a rap or a song or making a beat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I thought it was real creative, and then once I seen that people was entertaining my ideas when I brought it to them, I was like, you know what? You know, we got people like Tyler Perry, we got Will Packer, and you know, shout out to them. But you know, it's just like with an artist. You know, you got 1 million artists in Atlanta, so if we're gonna have 1 million, 1,000, you know, directors in Atlanta, I want to be one of them.
Come on.
You know what I mean? So I look at it like I can, you know, just like Ice Cube did what he did, Dre and them, they did The Watch and all that type of stuff. So, you know, I definitely want to get into the film stuff. So, you know, it's a lot of talented people down here in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? You know, cats like, you know, you got the comedies, you got the people like Omar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of people in Atlanta that's got talent. So I want to give people some opportunities just like I did with the music.
Damn right.
Yeah.
When you think about the music business though, Nitti, what was it that you learned the most from the game, and what is it that you can share with my audience that want to get into the game on how to maneuver independently and still get to the bag?
I mean, I think the main thing is just stay creative, respect everybody, do good business. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, some people don't realize, like, as a producer, you know, I put in a lot of work. You know what I mean? A lot of work when it's just me and the speakers and the computer. You know what I'm saying? And I came across artists, and whether they were my artists or other artists, you might sign that artist, and then that artist get lazy on their hustle because they might make a $250,000. You know, just because you might make a $250,000, that don't mean stop your hustle. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because if you know, I've seen a lot of artists where you can, you know, they make some money, they get hot, Then they start disrespecting the DJs. They start disrespecting their friends. They start disrespecting their families. And then with me, I don't tolerate the disrespect. So I say fuck you real quick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So any artist that, you know, I know I done changed their life, you know, if they can't respect me, then I don't need them because they didn't make me. You know what I'm saying? So I made myself. You know what I mean? So
what do you think that money does to folks? And what did it do to you when you first started seeing your money, Nitti?
Honestly, I hated money, man, because I you know, I lost a lot of family and friends because of that shit.
Damn.
You know what I mean? So I never was the type of person that loved money.
Yeah.
It was just it's a tool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know, when you get into that part and, you know, your family members or friends don't want to call you no more because they owe you some money you might have loaned to them. And I look at it like, I don't loan nobody. I'm giving it to you, man. You know what I mean? So, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I used to be, you know, a little bit depressed about some of that stuff when you have partners or friends, or it could be an artist that might turn on you. Be like, damn, I ain't did nothing but, you know, change this motherfucker life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you could spend your life being depressed about it, or you could say fuck them and keep it moving. Yeah. Whether it's family or friends, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I got a tough shell. You know, I'm antisocial with a lot of motherfuckers, but if you know me, you know I'm a cool nigga. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, you know, I keep my circle small, and you know what I'm saying? I love music, and that's what it's all about.
With that love of music, what was your favorite time in the game though, Nitti?
Man, I would say probably, around, I would probably say in the beginning. Just in the beginning, because when you're trying to sell beats and stuff, man, and you walk in the studio and, you know, motherfuckers ain't really trying to hear it, that's what made me drive and go harder. Yeah. You know, I go in the studio and niggas laughing at my beats and shit because they like, man, that shit don't sound good. But then you got all your partners bobbing their heads. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, going through that, you know, I always been the type of, I like confrontation. I like, give me a challenge. You know what I'm saying? Tell me I can't do it. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you tell me I can't do it, I'm going to do it, you know. But I think that, you know, back then too, you had a lot of A&Rs that was in positions now. And you got a lot of A&Rs now that, you know, motherfuckers will give a job to, and them niggas don't know shit about no records. They just knew the nigga who was in the position to give them a job. So you got some niggas that sit around and get on Instagram all day and post pictures like they done put out many records. Them niggas ain't did shit. You know what I'm saying? So I never respected too many A&Rs. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, now it's like a situation to where you have an A&R keep a job for 10 years, and this nigga ain't put out one record. And if he did put out something, it's some trash. You know what I mean? So you got to look at it like, man, you got to do you and just keep grinding. Don't worry about what everybody else doing. And with me, you know, I always been a soldier with this shit. You know what I mean? So I can make beats every day. I can write records every day. Find artists, so it's nothing.
Early on working with Jermaine Dupri, what was that like linking up with him?
Cool nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like JD he's a creator. Now that nigga that nigga, he's a studio junkie. You know what I mean? So I learned from him, like he was just the type where he knew how to get all the tools and put it all together in ingredients, and you know, he'll make some spectacular shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, with JD, you know, a lot of niggas didn't want to give him his props and stuff. You know, even with, I wanted to see that versus between him and Puff. Yeah. You know, I hit both of them niggas like, man, y'all need to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, Puff, you know, I know it's all friendly and stuff, man, but JD, this nigga's a beast. Yeah. You can't knock him. You know, you go in his studio, you go to So Dev and look at that wall. Look at one of them walls. You know, that nigga got a wall full of plaques, walls. You know what I mean? So it's like you got a history, you know, you can't change history, you can't lie about it. You know what I mean? So, you know, shout out to JD though, man. So Dev, man. That's still family, man.
Who got on a Nitti beat and turned that mother out, and when you got that track back or you was in the studio with him, you like, hey man, you just blacked out on this beat. This is what we needed. Let's go to the bank.
Man, that nigga Rich, homie. That plaque right there behind your head. You know what I mean?
Flex,
yeah, so we went #1 with
Rich
Flex.
Homie, boy.
Yeah, shout out to Rich Homie, man. And you know, everybody that was doing their thing, man. Like Rich Homie, I sent that beat to him, man, and shout out to DJ Spins, man. Spins knew him. Spins, that's little brother, man. I gotta hit that nigga up, man. But yeah, it was like, you know, cats like Rich Homie, and there's a lot of records that I've done that, you know, people ain't heard that. Like I went in with Mystical. That nigga's amazing, yeah. Like we got some records that's so crazy, man. Like Young Dro, he's my #1 favorite artist of all time. I already know
you and Dro got hell to pay over there. What the hell going on with you and Dro?
Hey man, I'm gonna take Dro to Savannah, Georgia, 1 week, and we gonna record a whole album, man.
Come on.
That's what I'm working on. So Joe, if you hear me, nigga, hit my DM, nigga, stop playing.
Come on.
You know what I mean? But now Dro is amazing, man. Like Dro is like just to watch him record, like the dude is amazing, man. Just his energy and everything, man. But you know, there's so many cats that I don't work with, man, and some cats is not even known. But you know, if I catch a vibe with them, I love what I'm doing, and I try to just make it the best that I can do at that time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When you saw that flex go crazy, because once again, Nitti, I mean, you got a banger for each generation and every era.
Yeah.
That goes to the roof with it, though. We ain't talking about a little something that symbols out here.
Yeah.
We talking about platinum records. So when Rich Homie did it again, what was that like? And does it ever get old to you, Nitti?
Nah. I mean, I like I said, I hadn't peaked yet. You know what I'm saying? So I think that, you know, in order to peak, all the greatest producers, I look at it like, you know, they come with an album. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, somebody told me Dre about to drop an album.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So actually with my album, I've been working on it about 5-6 years.
Yeah.
So I got cats all the way from, I got a lot of people on there. You know, I got records with some
buddy,
cats,
come on
man.
with it. Come on with it,
I'm
Nitti.
gonna say this. I got some people that's gonna catch you off guard.
Ooh.
Like I got Estelle on there.
Oh.
I got E40.
Yes,
I even got Carlos Miller on there, the comedian.
That's hard. That's my dog right
so
there.
I got
Don't tell me Carlos came in there and snapped, because I know he got bars.
Man, let me tell you something. Carlos is a rhymester. He loves rap more than comedy. Don't let him trick you. That nigga can rap his ass off. You know what I mean? So
I already know.
I called him one morning, man. I met the nigga at what's the name of that little spot, man? Little place, I don't know what it was, but I told him, I said, meet me up here, and he came to the studio, and he got in the booth, man, laid some shit down. I kept it. You know what I mean? So Carlos, he done came to the crib a couple of times, and he'll get in there and play, but I didn't. He tricked me though. He didn't tell me he rapped in the beginning.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, because I was looking at Carlos like I want to try to put him in a movie or something. Then he was like, shit, nigga, you got a studio in here? Let me get in the booth. And that nigga started rapping, man.
He went off.
Oh, come on, man. Shout out to Carlos, man, the 85 South showing all them boys.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So now when I saw that wait a minute, I already knew what time it was gonna be with that thing, man, because I'm starting to see how it bubbles up and how it snowball, the snowball effect with it. So talk to me about just that anticipation of that record and knowing what it's about to do right now.
I mean, with the wait a minute, man, like, you know, we've been getting a little traction going on with it, man. And, you know, like with any record that's out, you know, a record could take anywhere up to 12 months to a year and a half before people start really getting on to it.
Yeah.
So I think once people see him, and then once you get to know this little dude, man, like, you're going to love him as an artist.
Okay.
You know, he just got that southern, that whole little drip with him, man, that, you know, you can't buy that shit he got. You know what I mean? So by him being a DJ, he got hella personality, man. So I think with him, the more music we hear about him, and I think it's gonna be one of those stepping stone. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna gradually grow.
Now, we talking about movies as well, though, Nitti. So answer me this right here. Are we scoring these movies as well as writing these things? I mean, what's happening with it?
Man, I'm about to do some hood Tyler Perry Street. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I got like 3 of them already I done wrote. You know what I mean? So, you know, and in my mind, I write, you know, scripts and movies just like I do music. So, you know, that's one of those things. Like when I started making beats, you know, I had a lot of my partners like, nigga, you making beats now? But it's something I did naturally. It's a gift from God. You know what I mean? So I feel the same way about the movies. You know, I already got 2 offers already for the first movie I wrote. You know what I'm saying? So I just didn't want to move too quick.
Yeah.
But you know, I feel good about it, man. And you know, once we start casting and stuff and putting it all together, I think that people gonna really respect me as a director also.
I mean, what are we talking about in these movies though, Nitti? What's it about? If you could give a little something away, just a little something.
I mean, the first movie that we doing, man, I don't really wanna speak on the topic of it. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be entertaining though. You know what I'm saying? Cause I mean, you have to be careful now, man, because cats, you know, they'll take ideas, man, because, you know, you got 1 million or so people looking at you, man, millions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I have to be careful, man. But, like, I had a situation with Wired Up, you know what I mean? So, you know, we had a record that we released to a couple of DJs, and next thing you know, we hear somebody sample the same record, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't going to speak on the names and stuff, but, you know, shout out to College Park. He was the first one that broke it on Twitch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A little record called Round and Round. You know what I mean? So, you have situations like that you have to just be kind of careful, man. But that's the game, though. That's hip hop.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
I mean, talk to me about just the industry, though. Maneuvering with those kinds of situations popping up. How the hell do you protect yourself but still manage to put the record out and do what you're supposed to do?
Man, you got to go back to like when niggas didn't let music leak out the studios no more.
Yeah.
Have one hard drive, have your own engineer, and you just got to be careful, man. Like it's a grimy world, you know what I mean? That's the industry, that's the world. Yeah. So you can't be scared, but you just got to, just move the right way. You know what I'm saying? So you can't stop niggas from taking ideas, because I see niggas all day on the internet talking shit about somebody stole this, somebody stole that, but like I remember way back in the day, man, like it was like they had a party record. It was like a bass record called, what was it called? Whoop There It Is.
Whoop There It Is.
They had about 10 niggas had the same record. You know what I mean? And all them niggas got paid though. So I mean, that's part of hip hop though, man. And I love it though. You know what I'm saying? Like when I do something and I know, I'm like, damn, that beat sound a little bit like mine. I love that shit if I can inspire somebody.
Yeah.
But that gonna make me do something that I know you ain't gonna be able to do. You know what I'm saying? So I love it though.
What is it that keeps you inspired and staying down with it for so long, Nitti? And were there any times in this race that you was like, you know what, I just want to go home and sit my ass down and say, fuck this shit? Man,
you know what? It's like it's like you never get tired of creating, and then just to see somebody's life change that you can be a part of.
Yeah,
that's because once I got to the point to where I was like, you know what, I think people like my music now. And I was like, okay, let me put somebody else on or try to do something that can help somebody else so they can live their dream out.
Yeah.
So that's what made me happy. And as long as I can keep doing that, I'm gonna never stop.
What were the biggest changes between being a starving artist and then becoming a media mogul at the same time? I mean,
you definitely know you feel the difference, because you go from trying to do whatever you can do to get money, to you start reaping benefits from the stuff that you did being creative. You know what I mean? So it's definitely something. But I tell people that make sure you handle your business, make sure you get good legal representation, and just make sure that you stay true to what you do. Do what you do. Do what make people love you. You know what I mean?
Exactly. How do you keep your head in a good space though, Nitti? Because it can be trying at different times and stuff like that, and you coming across different hurdles and obstacles. What is it that keeps Nitti pressing forward and not sulking on the bullshit?
I mean, you gotta understand, like with me, I done put so many artists in positions and stuff. Some of them hate me, some of them love me.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, when it come down to it, we sit and look eye to eye, they know what I done did for them. You know what I'm saying? So, if you make $1 million fucking with me and you blow your $1 million, and now you're looking at me like, I need to get $1 million more. If you done burnt all your relationships and you done shit on everybody around you, like I can't do nothing for you, because I got to keep my name good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I look at it like at the end of the day, we all doing business. You know what I mean? And once, if I don't think we doing good business, then, I cut the business ties.
Exactly.
We weren't friends before the business, so let's just keep it all business. I don't want no new friends.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you. So now moving forward though, Nitti, what else do we need to be looking out for in these streets?
I mean, just new. I'm looking for new artists, new producers, new songwriters, and that's Atlanta gonna be here. That's what Atlanta's known for, new talent. So, I was talking to Sean Garrett. Shout out to Sean. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the best writers in the world. You know what I'm saying? And we was talking about. He just got through with the Summer Walker album, and he wrote the new record with her and JT from City Girls.
Yeah.
What is it called? Your ex.
I know what you're talking about.
I love that shit. Yeah, I love that shit, man. So shout out to Sean Garrett, man. And we was talking about this same thing about how, people like us, we've been in Atlanta, and people, they know the blueprint that we laid down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, just to be here and still have a fresh mind. Like I don't smoke. I don't pop pills. I don't do no drugs and nothing like that. And that's always been my motto. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I like to have a fresh mind. You know what I'm saying? I travel a lot, spend time with my family. You know what I'm saying? And just watching my son make beats, that's inspiring. Just because I'm like, damn, he really making beats. You know what I mean? So I'm excited about that.
Answer me this, Nitti, with your son making beats now and you being a beat maker and one of the best to do it, and knowing all of the stuff that you done been through, are you preparing him to go through it? Do you kind of hesitate to push him into it, or what are those thoughts, man?
Yeah, I mean, I was taking him to school this morning, and we was having a talk. Like every morning we have a talk about something. and I don't try to press the music on him.
Yeah.
So we was talking about publishing this morning.
Yeah.
And then we was talking about asked me to hear the new NBA YoungBoy with Baby album.
Yeah.
And I was like, you heard this album? He's like, yeah, I like it. He was like, but you know, NBA YoungBoy, he only got one more album in his contract, so he trying to, you know, get out of that. And I'm like, how you know this? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you talking to a young dude, man. So I'm like, he's learning because, you know, I teach him every couple of months. I teach him something new about the industry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he understands what publishing is. He understands what being a songwriter is. You know what I mean? So I teach him the business, but I don't try to put too much on him at one time.
Yeah.
So right now he's just making beats every day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So now going forward, how can these folks contact you? Because if you're looking for new artists, Nitti, they need to be able to reach out to you, boss.
Man, hit me on that DM. Hit me on that DM, man. I'm on that DM all day long. Not on no bullshit though, but I'm trying to see who got some music, who do something, who make beats, who got some hits. I'm with it.
Now, I also got to ask you about this, though, Nitti. With all of the artists, you know, we having situations where a lot of people are dying in hip-hop right now, okay? And it's seeming like it's getting a little bit more crazy than it's ever been within these last 3 or 4 years, man. What are your thoughts on that when you see that occurring?
Man, to be honest, my look on that, man, is number one, I think the music plays a big part in touching the youth and the new people. We got to make better music to influence the kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let's stop making all this depressing shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas making music that, and you know, I blame some of the execs, but the execs, they don't give a shit about it.
Yeah.
They just want to make some money. And people got to realize that execs don't give a damn if you kill each other, you beef with another artist, they don't care about none of that. You know what I'm saying? They just want to make money off of you. So I think it boils down to, you know, the music and the content that we're putting out. And, you know, we can get that better, man, and stop some of these, you know, dumbass beefs. You know, like, you know, the shit pissed me off real bad about the whole Young Dolph.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what's going on with that, man. And I do know that, you know, I think Dolph was one of the most creative cats to come out of that era.
Yeah.
And that whole Memphis sound, man. And I love Dolph music more now that he's passed.
Yeah.
I loved it, but now I love it more.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm like, he really was an entertainer.
Yeah.
You know, I watched him on the Rolling Loud concert, you know what I mean? So, you know, hopefully we can stop that type of stuff, man, like the violence and stuff. And, you know, everybody, you know, what kind of get me is a lot of cats that, you know, everybody talking about they rolling with shooters and rolling with this. Like, let's roll with some smart people around you now.
Roll with a Bible, nigga.
Yeah, roll with a preacher or something, a Bible or something, man. You know what I mean? But, you know, that's the game, though. Hopefully, you know, that's the life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, we just got to, you know, just lead by example a little bit better.
Exactly.
And I think we'll be all right.
What do you think it's going to take to really get those young folks to understand, too? Because the question is, okay, Flex, that was a fun song. It's Going Down, that was a fun song. But these songs still had street swag to them and resonated with the hood at the same time. How do you get people to understand that you can make that kind of music and be successful and it don't have to be about shoot 'em up, bang, bang?
I mean, I think it boils down to that studio session. When you're in that session, you got to make sure that you as a producer, like when I first started working with Puff, he taught me how to be a producer. And 'cause when I met him, I was scared of the nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because I had never met the nigga. So when I met him, I'm looking at this nigga like, I done seen him on TV. He looked scary when you meet him because the nigga real. You know what I'm saying? But once he came out the booth and like, hey, look, nigga, he said, you made the beat, right? You the producer, right? So yeah, he said, well, you got to produce me. So from that point, he changed my life and told me to be a producer. So that's what I always did as a producer. If a nigga get on my beat and write some bullshit, I throw the whole record away and make him write it again. You know what I mean? Whether they like it or not. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm on. You know what I'm saying?
Working with Puff Daddy, man, Diddy, what was that like when you first met him and then once y'all built that chemistry?
He was a good dude, man. Like, you know, Puff taught me a lot, still teach me a lot. We still do business to this day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he's one of those type of entrepreneurs that, you know, you have to salute him and say, you know what, this dude been here a long time and he don't put out a lot of records a lot, but he's still relevant. He's still here. You know what I'm saying? So cats like Puff, you know, we gotta salute him. We gotta respect him. And, you know, he's a good person, man. Great business person.
What do you think allows you to have the staying power that you have, and what do you think it takes for an artist to be able to stay in the game longer than 2 years?
Man, you gotta stay humble. Stay humble. Keep your circle you know, with good energy around you at all times. You know, it ain't all about, you know, who gonna shoot first or who gonna fight in the club or who gonna do whatever. Like, it's no reason to do all that. You know, we just making music, we entertaining. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's about, you know, if you can, you know, have a solid clique of people around you, you know, a good management team, good lawyer, and a good label behind you, and you stay humble and make good music, I think that's all you need.
The future of the industry, where do you see this thing going, man?
I mean, I think it's gonna get bigger and better. You know what I mean? I think that, you know, it's no limit to the different genres of music that we can put out, you know, branching off of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of hip hop producers that are branching out, hip hop writers branching out into country music. You know what I mean? So you got cats like Polo.
Yeah.
He started Kane Brown. What's his name? Kane Brown?
I don't know him off the top of my head, but I do know he doing country.
He's like one of the biggest country artists out there right now. So you got Blanco Brown. Yeah. He's killing it right now. So, you know, shout out to everybody who's, you know, doing stuff, branching off from Atlanta hip hop. And I mean, I think we're gonna be here, man, and you know, like shout out to Jay Prince too, you know what I'm saying? He was like one of the cats that, you know, gave me some advice early in the game.
What was the game that Jay laid on you?
Man, Jay Prince called me one night, man, and he showed me some love, man. And he you know, when he called, you know, he talked like the Godfather, man, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to figure out how did he get my number, you know what I mean? But, you know, he called me, man, and he was just giving me some good game one night. And he was like, man, he's like, I think you could be like the new Dr. Dre of the South. Woo. You know what I mean? So that was big words coming from him, man. And, you know, that stuck with me, like, for him to think of me like that. You know what I mean? So shout out to Rap A Lot, man, Jay Prince, man, and everybody, what he's been doing, man. Because he just got everybody together for the Larry Hoover concert. That's right. You know what I'm saying? So he got Drake and Kanye to squash their beef, man. Exactly. So that's a powerful man.
He gets busy. I mean, he loves to step in there and squash them damn beefs and get folks on the same page.
Man, you got to give it up to cats like Jay Prince, man. He's like what we need. Yeah. We need some more people like him. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think happened to the OGs that were willing to extend a hand and squash the beef and get clarity in situations versus everybody just washing their hands and say, you know what, the hell with all y'all niggas, I'm tired of y'all shit?
I mean, you know, you gotta have somebody like that, man. I don't know, it's not a lot of people that's doing that. Yeah. I think right now we like to see so much bullshit go on in the industry. We love to hear about, oh, this person got shot, that person got shot, and then niggas laugh about that shit like death ain't nothing. It's not nothing funny about death. It's real. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if I see niggas that got that energy, you know, I keep them away from me. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think we've been desensitized to it, though, through social media and seeing so much death all the time? Because you seeing folks getting shot on social media now.
Yeah, I mean, I think that with social media, we're definitely seeing more stuff. But, you know, I think that with the music and real life, the music is entertainment. You got real life stuff going on. And I think once we can separate the two, we'll be okay. Yeah. You know, 99% of the people rapping, they not living that shit they talking about. But it's nothing different than you see a movie where an actor, somebody gets killed or shot on the movie. It's entertainment. So we got to just and keep it that music is entertainment. You ain't got to live everything you're saying. Entertain people that want to be entertained. And that's what it's about. So once we get to that stage, I think we'll be all right.
Okay. Before you slide up out of this thing, Nitti, is there anything that you want to tell your fans, boss?
No, I mean, I thank everybody, man, that's ever supported me, anything I've ever done, anybody ever signed with me, I gave an opportunity to, anybody that cut a check to. We got more checks to cut, man. Let's keep it going.
Big old facts. Nitti.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you stopping through this thing, boss.
Thank you.
Wish you nothing but the best and much success.
Thank you.
Be High Radio shouted. Nitti Beatz. Holla at y'all in a minute, man. Here we go.